Hi, this is Aaron with Zollotech, and today we're going to compare the Droid X to the Droid Incredible. I haven't seen a whole lot of comparisons out there, so I figured we'd do a little bit of a comparison. I'm sure there are some other good ones out there, but just thought I'd do my own as I've had a few people ask. So, the Droid X, obviously there's a size difference, and the Incredible is a little bit smaller. They both have gigahertz processors, but this has the Snapdragon, while this has a TI OMAP 3630 at 1 gigahertz. They both have 512 RAM. This has 512 ROM. They both have 8 gigabytes of internal storage, and they are both EVDO Rev A smartphones. The Droid X does come with a 16 gigabyte card, and you can see that right here. There's a 16 gigabyte card right there, you know, that makes it nice if you want to use applications like Listen and that sort of thing, because you do need a card for that. At least on the Incredible you do. It asks for a card. Let's go ahead and boot these up. There we go. And they're both powering on. They're both very fast and similar that way. They both have 8 megapixel cameras with autofocus and dual flash, both of them. And the camera itself looks pretty similar on both of them. Let's go ahead while this is booting up. You've got this, I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Evo, but they do look similar. And let's just keep this way so you can see how quickly they boot. If you've seen my other comparisons, the camera on the Incredible is not as good as you would want it to be. It's an 8 megapixel camera, but it's not quite the camera that you would hope. The camera on the Droid X, however, is very nice and records 720p video. There should be an update for this to record 720p video, but I have yet to find it or get the update myself. So that's unfortunately the case there. This phone, the Droid X, has noise canceling. It also has it does not have a front-facing camera, but it does have noise canceling. So here's your bottom microphone, here's your top microphone, and it cancels your voice, where this one does not. So it's a little bit better on phone calls. They both have Android 2.1, not Froyo. Froyo's coming out later for them. The Incredible has the HTC Sense UI on it, while this has Moto Blur or Motorola's own proprietary UI on it. They both include wireless B&G. They both have a GPS in them. The Droid X has a USB and HDMI connector right there, while the Incredible does not. I haven't really tried that yet, and maybe I'll get one of those cables and try it. They're both $200 on contract. This does have a little bit larger battery at 1570 milliamp hours, and this is a 1300 milliamp hour battery. But that really doesn't affect it too much because of the different screens. So the Incredible has an OLED screen, and that, well, this is on its brightest setting currently right now. You can actually scroll over here, and there's a quick brightness adjust. So that's its darkest setting, and I can barely see that, and I'm indoors. That's the average setting, or the normal setting, and that's its brightest. And I like to keep it on its brightest if you're going to go outdoors or it's a sunny day, because that is one of the disadvantages of the Incredible, is it's difficult to see in direct sunlight. The Droid X, however, has a normal screen, LED or LCD screen, and is a little bit easier to see in bright sunlight. Okay, I think I mentioned they're both $200 with a 2-year contract, depending on the deal. I know that varies in some areas. So the differences between the hardware, I've shown you the backs here. I showed you that already. The sides, you do have your rocker for volume up and down right here, and you also have it's actually on this side on the Droid X. It's a little bit smaller. The actual build feel, the Droid X feels a little bit more solid to me. I wouldn't say that this isn't solid at all. It just feels, for some reason, maybe it's because this is a little heavier, I don't know. But that's just my interpretation. Motorola has generally made a very solid phone, but HTC makes a very high quality handset as well. So that's pretty much it. As far as the layout, here you have your menu, home, back, and search. Here you have home, menu, back, and search. So it's not really standardized yet, and that's unfortunate, but Sometime in the future it will be, I'm sure. I'm hoping from Android that they, or Google, that they can standardize that. The web browsers I'm not really going to get into because I did a browser comparison, and honestly after I rebooted these, the Droid X is a little bit faster. The Incredible supports Flash right now, but is a little bit slower. So it's give and take here. It's more what you're looking for. As far as comfort in your pocket, carrying it, I would go with the Droid Incredible, but as far as the screen, I might go with the Droid X, just because you've got that extra large screen for when you want to watch video. The screen, they are both fairly high res. This is a 480 by 854 TFT 4.3 inch screen. This is a 480 by 800 3.7 inch screen. So you have similar pixel density within the phone or on the screen, but you got a slightly smaller size here. The rest of the phone is fairly similar. It is Android. It's your standard Android. You do have the HTC Touch UI on here, or it's HTC Sense rather, and you do have a bunch of screens with their own custom friend stream thing here with Twitter. You have these quick adjustments for brightness like I showed you, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Another screen, I just threw listen on there. Here's the home screen. When you turn the phone on the first time, let's see if we can do that. We turn this on, unlock it. It'll show you if the weather's cloudy. You can see the clouds come across. Some people like this, some people call it a gimmick. It's really what you prefer. You know, it's up to you. The camera apps are similar. Here you have favorites for people, another screen, and another screen. If you hit the home button, they all blow back, and then you can quickly select one, hit it again, and it'll go back. So on the Droid X, we'll unlock that, and things are very snappy and fast, but it is a different UI. So here you can see you have similar, let's put this down, you have similar settings, so Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, that sort of thing, but you're really not going to see much of a difference just because they're, you know, it's Android, they all do the same thing, but that's just the difference in the UIs. They both are very functional. This, on the other hand, has the 3G mobile hotspot. This will connect up to, I believe it's 8 devices on this, I may be mistaken, but it will connect your device either way via Wi-Fi. If you go into this, you can set up a mobile hotspot, and then you can connect via Wi-Fi through your 3G network. And that comes with the phone. Verizon may charge extra for it, but it is there. On the Incredible, it does tether. It tethers via USB on a Windows PC, and you can actually connect it. I have not been able to get it to tether through a Mac, but it does not do the Wi-Fi tethering. That said, you can still tether with it. So that's with pretty much every HTC phone. They all tether. Apparently I had a missed call on that one. So that's pretty much it for the UI. They're both pretty nice. It's really whatever you prefer. I really find that over time, the Droid X feels a little bit faster overall than the Incredible. I really like the screen and the size overall of the Incredible, but the features on the Droid X, to me, make it the better phone. It's more the standard of phones next to the Evo, but it's thinner than the Evo. I mean, look how thin that is compared to the phones next to them. You can fit that right in there. You get a pretty similar size comparison. The Droid X is just a really nice design. Now, as far as the camera goes, on my review I said you can't push this or you can't bump it. You actually hold the camera button and it will go into the camera. If I hold that, it does take a second, and then it goes into the camera. Android's camera options are really nice, and the camera on the X is a little bit better. And the update is not out yet, like I said, that I can find on the Incredible. But overall, I think the phones are both very good. Battery life seems to be about similar, about the same after I've used them, especially the Droid X. Initially, the battery was terrible to me, but after the software learned how to use it and what it had available, it really became pretty good as far as the battery goes. You can go a day just like any other smartphone. You'll get a solid day out of it when you're using it. But overall speed, touch sensitivity is good on both. You can see I'm moving this. They're not really choppy like some of the other phones. They're pretty good. I think I've covered most everything. Call quality, I think it's going to be a little bit better on the Droid X, but I did get a better signal strength on the, or a better signal as far as the call goes on the HTC Incredible when I did a comparison of 4 different phones for that. But overall, I think if you're looking for Android, it's really what size do you prefer, what features are you looking for. If you want a good, solid, quality Android phone, you're going to want to go maybe with the Incredible. But if you want something that has some extra features, the HDMI out, a nicer camera, HD video recording, you know, maybe a better speaker, you're going to want to go with the Droid X. So, being that the prices are similar, it's really your preference. A lot of people say the Droid X is too big. Give me some of your feedback and let me know what you think. But I like both of them for different reasons. So that's pretty much it. If anybody else has any other questions, please feel free to ask, and I could do another video to help you out there. Please subscribe and comment. I appreciate all those who have subscribed already. And that's pretty much it. Thanks again. This is Aaron with Zollotech. We'll see you next time.